Paxton set off for the castle. But the huge tree was rolling around so much, the chains were coming loose. And with no back engine to see what was happening, there was nobody to warn Paxton.
Ow.
Thomas puffed as fast as he could, but he wasn't watching where he was going. Thomas didn't notice that the points had been changed. Thomas puffed into the sidings and biffed into the buffers. Sticky toffee splattered everywhere. Ha! Laughed Thomas. I can get these trucks really messy and get the coal to the docks on time. Then there was trouble. The rusty coupling broke. Thomas's trucks were rolling by themselves. Cinders and ashes, cried Thomas. Thomas applied his brakes, but he stopped too quickly. The trucks bumped into the back of Thomas, and the coal spilled all over the tracks. Thomas was stuck. Is there a problem, Mr. Oliver? Yes! There is! That could have been a little smoother.
Heave-ho, heave-ho, you can pull, but we won't go, sang the trucks. This made Diesel very cross. He pulled, and he pulled, and he pulled, and he pulled. Help! Grease and oil, Diesel sulked.
He just kept rolling along. He didn't dare look at what was coming next. There was the station master's house. The station master was about to have breakfast. Horrors! Cried Thomas and shut his eyes. The house rocked. Broken glass tinkled. Plaster was everywhere.
Boxes and bags burst everywhere. Oh! groaned Percy. Sticky streams of jam trickled down Percy's face.
Pumping the trucks fiercely, he jerked his driver off the footplate and followed them into the siding. "Come back!" yelled his driver.
Wheesh! But there was trouble ahead. Duck had stopped at the crossing at the bottom of the hill. Arthur's driver applied the brakes, but it was too late. Squashed fruit flew everywhere. The books jiggled and joggled. Then Thomas hit the biggest bump of all.
Whoa! Cinders and ashes!
The trucks bounced high in the air. They crashed and bashed. They clattered and shattered down to the tracks. Thomas put on his brakes. The books flew high and wide through the air. and landed all over Farmer McCall's field. Suddenly the signal turned red. James applied his brakes and screeched to a halt. But Edward couldn't stop in time. Sorry, puffed Edward. I didn't have time to stop. Don't worry, moaned James. It was my fault for pushing in. Thomas braked as hard as he could, but the fish trucks were too heavy. Oops! Some faulty points sent his trucks one way, and Thomas onto the old pier rail. The trucks were delighted. He's fallen in the water. Luckily, Thomas wasn't hurt and the fish truck stayed on the tracks.
It's too late, Doc groaned and shut his eyes. He veered into a siding where a barber had set up shop. He was shaving a customer.
Oh no, it's heading straight for me.
It suddenly snapped. Help! He yelled.
James was so frightened that he missed the red signal, hit the points, came off the rails, and ended up in a pond.
Oh no! Hooted Percy. Yuck! He groaned. I've never been this dirty.
Poor Thomas stood dazed and surprised in a muddy pond as a toad eyed him suspiciously. Bust my buffers, muttered Thomas. The day started so well too. Just like this, he boasted.
And then there was trouble.
Help! Help! Help!
Rescue engine to the ready!
James roared and raced down the track. He hit Gordon's buffer with a biff and a bash and a terrible smash. Gordon the Grand had toppled off the track into the muddy fen, and James the Rescue Engine had splished and sploshed into the mud after him.
Oh, help, Gordon cried as he slid off the tracks and into a field.
Look out! Cried his operator. But it was too late. The chimney rocked, the bricks crumbled, the workmen and the foreman took cover. Oliver and Thomas watched in amazement. Oops, said Ned.